My husband walked into work as the general manager of $1 million company. By sunset, he had lost his job. A few months later, the bank took our home because we couldn't repay our $100,000 loan. My name is Emily. If you had met my husband Daniel a year ago, you would have thought he had the perfect life. He worked as the general manager of one of the largest manufacturing companies in our city. He had spent nearly 8 years building his career. He wasn't born into wealth. Everything he owned came from hard work. He was respected by his employees, trusted by the owners, and admired by everyone who knew him. But to me, he wasn't just a successful manager. He was the kindest man I had ever met. Every morning, he kissed me goodbye before leaving for work. Every evening, no matter how stressful his day had been, he came home smiling. We had 2 wonderful children, a beautiful home, 2 cars in the driveway, weekend family dinners, movie nights, birthdays filled with laughter. Life wasn't perfect, but it felt safe. Daniel often looked around our dinner table and said, "Everything we have, we built together." I believe those words with all my heart. Then one ordinary Tuesday, everything changed. That morning started like every other. Daniel kissed me goodbye and smiled. "I'll be home by 6. We'll celebrate our anniversary tonight." I watched him drive away. I had no idea those would be the last normal words he'd say for a very long time. Around 3 o'clock that afternoon, my phone rang. It was Daniel. His voice sounded strange, quiet, almost empty. "Emily, I'm coming home early." Before I could ask why, he hung up. An hour later, I heard the front door open. Daniel walked inside carrying only a small cardboard box. Inside the box was a coffee mug, a family photo, a notebook, and a few office supplies. His laptop was gone. His company phone was gone. His employee badge was gone. He quietly placed the box on the kitchen table, then sat down without saying a word. Several minutes passed in complete silence. Finally, he looked at me. His eyes were full of tears. I lost my job. I couldn't believe what I'd heard. "What do you mean?" "They fired me." "Why?" He slowly shook his head. "They said the company is restructuring." "They eliminated my position." 8 years, gone in less than 10 minutes. Security escorted him out of the building before he even had time to say goodbye to his team. No thank you, no appreciation, no second chance, just, "You're no longer needed." That night, neither of us slept. Daniel stared at the ceiling until sunrise. For the first time since I had known him, he looked completely defeated. The following weeks were filled with job applications. Interview after interview, hope after hope. Every employer smiled politely. "We'll call you." But the phone never rang. One evening, Daniel sat beside me at the kitchen table. He looked nervous. "Emily, there's something I never wanted you to worry about." My heart started racing. "What is it?" He took a deep breath. "We still owe the bank $100,000. I froze. Years earlier, we had borrowed $100,000 to buy our dream home. Back then, Daniel's salary made the monthly payments easy. We never imagined anything could go wrong. But now, without his income, those monthly payments became impossible. We used our savings. Then we sold my jewelry. Then Daniel sold his watch. Then one of our cars. Piece by piece. Our life disappeared. Still, it wasn't enough. The bank kept sending letters. Every month the debt grew larger. Late fees, interest, legal notices. Then one cold Monday morning, someone knocked on our front door. 2 bank officers and a legal representative. One of them handed Daniel a thick envelope. It was the final foreclosure notice. If the remaining balance is not paid within 7 days, the property will be repossessed. Our children were standing at the top of the stairs. Our little daughter asked softly, "Daddy, are we moving?" Daniel couldn't answer. He simply hugged her. Then, for the first time in our marriage, I watched my husband cry. Not because he lost his job, not because of the money, because he believed he had failed his family. He whispered, "I promised I'd always protect you." Now I can't even protect our home. I held his face in my hands. "Daniel, a house is just walls. You're our home." 7 days later, the moving truck arrived. Everything we owned was packed into boxes. The children watched strangers carry away the furniture they had grown up with. When we closed the front door for the last time, Daniel didn't even look back. We moved into a tiny one-bedroom apartment. The four of us slept on 2 mattresses on the floor. It wasn't easy. Some nights we cried after the children fell asleep. But every morning, Daniel woke up determined to try again. Instead of waiting for another company to hire him,
he started repairing industrial machines in a friend's small garage. His first customer paid only a few $100s. Then another customer came. Then another. Slowly, word spread. People trusted him because he was honest. Within 1 year, he hired his first employee. Within 2 years, that tiny repair business had become a successful engineering company. One afternoon, a black luxury car stopped outside his office. Daniel looked through the window and recognized the man stepping out. It was the CEO who had fired him. The CEO smiled awkwardly. "Our factory has serious equipment problems. We've heard you're the best. We'd like to hire your company." Daniel stayed silent for a moment, then smiled politely. "I'm sorry. We're fully booked for the next 6 months." The CEO nodded quietly. He understood. Then he left. That evening, Daniel came home. Not to the house we had lost, but to a new one. A modest home we had bought without borrowing more than we could afford. As we stood in the backyard watching our children laugh, Daniel took my hand. He smiled and said, "Losing my job felt like the end of my life. But it was actually the beginning of the life we were meant to build." I looked at him and realized something. A paycheck can disappear overnight. A title can be taken away. A house can be repossessed. Money can come and go. But courage, character, and the determination to keep moving forward, those are things no one can ever take from you. And sometimes, life doesn't destroy your plans. It clears the path for something even better.